Okay, everybody. I don't have my tripod right now. It's out in the living room. That this here is how I make my legs. All right, my legs are 48-inch 2x2. Which, as you can tell, I use rough cut lumber that's as straight as possible. Okay, not all lumber is available that is good and straight. But to get it and you eyeball it, you make sure it's as straight as possible for 8 feet. Buy two of them, you got 4 legs. Alright, just cut them in half. Now down there I've got a stringer. My layout measures 32 inches wide. I like to go back 10 inches from the front just so I never kick the legs. So that's 22-inch cross piece right there. Alright, this is the inside. Alright, then when I come up to the top for extra strength, which as you can see it doesn't wiggle too much, I use a gusset. Now this gusset's already been pinned in, but I'd like to glue it. I'm not going to glue it till after it's completed though. As long as you're using the finishing pins, I've got 2 finishing pins into the 2x2, and then I drive in just a 2-inch drywall screw. Alright, do the same thing on the other side. That'll keep it from twisting in any way, shape, or form. I do the same thing on the bottoms, but I only use one pin, then screw, one pin, then screw, and that keeps it from twisting down here either. So the angles stay straight, so it gives me a pretty good 90. And I will be back after, well, I could actually do this now. For my pilot holes, take my drill bit set, and I use my 3/32 drill bit. Where's my 5/64? I use this drill bit, which is just a hair bit thinner than the screw. The shaft is big enough to go through this, but the screw threads will cut through this. And I'm gonna make another 2 drills through this 1x2. Now it takes 1x2 to do all that I need to do for the whole thing. Then it takes another 1x2, which is sitting up there in that corner, to go around behind. Now this I've already measured. It's going to be butted up directly to the edge of the layout on this side, under the fascia. So that's the way that this is going to work today. Give me a little bit and I'll be right back with you. Well, now I guess it's time for the fun part. This old 2x4 stringer is going to go. This is the workbench side of my layout, and this is going to be my pain in the butt, but I am going to save the screws. I've got to get that off. I've got to get this old crib off the side here that I used for legs before, and I screwed it to the dresser in order to get a little bit extra length from the ground. I don't know how well you can all see that. I did turn the light on. I don't know why it didn't take. Alright, I'll be back again. Now, who says an inch scale train won't hold on a grade? Because right now, that's the stiffest one that I've ever had it on. I had to prop the layout up on the new leg. Here's the old 2x4, and I got to take that off before I can set it in. Swapping out legs is kind of a headache. I've got to do this all over again later when I get some leveling bolts for the feet. Not enjoying the thought of that. Well, here's the old legs finally out. I've been that thing's legs for about 2, probably 3 years now, and right now I've got the phone pretty much up my belly, so that ought to tell you how short they are. That's the stringer piece. This is why I tell everybody, screw everything together until you're happy with it. Don't try to glue or nail something until you know you're absolutely happy with it, because screws you can take out and redo everything. Nails create problems when you try to bring them out. You can't reuse them. You can reuse a screw as long as it's not bent. There's another screw I gotta get out of that yet, but let me turn around here. Now, the layout's still propped up by the legs. The legs are about to go in underneath of there, and then I'm gonna drive my 3-inch screws home into the bottom inside edge down here. I will be back. I don't know how much of that you could see, because for some reason the light's not turning on. We'll be back and probably grab a flashlight or two too. And I finally got the light to work. Alright, this is on the inside edge. Okay, now you can see that it's in there snug, and what I'm going to do is I probably attach some screws to the outside here on the main fascia just to give it a little extra rigidity. But that's how I do my legs. I've got a cross piece going down there at the bottom. It's already pilot drilled, but I haven't done the other side yet to actually get it centered. Once I get it centered and all, I'll bring you guys back and you guys can see the finished work. But right now I need a break. It's a lot of work with a handheld screwdriver to get all that in. I wish I had an extension on my drill. Alright everybody, back here in this little hole, the last screw. Alright, the cross brace will hold everything straight and square. The bench work is all solid as a rock. Sorry about the bouncing, I'm way too close to the microphone. But once I get this buttoned up, I'll show you what the layout looks like from the top and around the sides. Alright, so as we can see here, trains are a lot closer to good. I'm sitting here nipple to huevos is about the best way I've ever heard it described. It's about 2 inches below mine. Alright, so this is about the view I've got when I'm standing back to, you know, pretty much operating area, which looks good to me. Looks like I'm only on like a 4-foot hill. Alright, the way I was looking at them before was kind of like this, because it was 3 inches shorter and it just didn't look right. So I'm happy with the new view. And you remember all my talk about using tack glue? I miss some tack glue. She fell off the bench. I don't know if he made her laugh that hard or if it was me rocking the layout. But everybody's still over there. I ain't put no extra people in. Haven't had much time to work on this here this season. But since most of them are hidden by the train, all the tack glue has kept everything in place. And as you can also see, because it dries clear, there's no white underneath any of it. So this concludes this one. Let me go grab my tripod out of the living room and we'll do final thoughts. Well everybody, that's how I do proper layout legs. This thing is pretty stable. I still got to push it back up against the wall a little bit. You can see it wobble a little bit if I push on it. But it's stable for a train layout anyways. The front 10 inches now protrude out from the legs, so I don't have to worry about kicking anything or getting the layout bounced around that way. Just need to get a little closer to the wall. I do have, let me see if I can flip you around without showing you the big mess of the house. Those back there are cut and ready for a backboard, so that way I can put a background on this layout. My wife is going to be the connoisseur of that video. She's going to be starring in it. Um, that's pretty much it for today. I want to thank y'all for watching. If you like the way that I did it, hit subscribe. I've got a bunch of other good ideas that are coming. They ain't ready yet, but they will be ready soon. Thanks. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. I think it's right down there somewhere. Could be on this side, it could be on that side. I don't know. I'm not used to pointing at things. The work's done today. The layout is now a full about 6 inches higher than what it was before, which is a lot nicer for working on. I can see everything. I can reach all the way to the back tracks without knocking anything over now. If anybody's wondering what these things are over here, I'm about to describe them. If you really can't go without my videos, you can click the little bell button, and that'll get you notified for anything that I post up. If you like the way that I'm doing this enough that you think, hey, I could send this guy some money, he can make some better videos in the future. Materials help big. I take donations. If you email me through Facebook Messenger, I usually get it right away. If you want to email me straight, that's nfordf450@yahoo.com. I will, gladly get back to you. That takes a little bit longer. Usually I don't read that except for once, maybe twice a week. So bear with late reply there. If there's also my Patreon page. I believe it's patreon.com/nfordf450. You should be able to find it if you linked on my actual page to go to my YouTube account. It's right there in my description. Click on it. You can go right to my Patreon. You can donate from there. I have one donator there, and that is Sparky107107. And he's the reason why this video even happened this month, because without his donation, I would have had no money to get materials. That's literally how bad I am right now. It's Christmas time. Everybody's broke, I guess. You don't want to, that's fine. I'm still going to produce a video a week. I'm going to try my best to. If you don't happen to see me one week, don't get scared, don't get surprised. Either life got in the way or I didn't have enough money to go get what I needed to do a video. I plan my videos about a week or two in advance. And if I don't have the materials, I go out and get them then. If I don't have the money to go get the materials, then the project is shelved until I can go get the materials. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are sitting there with things on your workbench that you just haven't got to yet, but you just haven't had the money to go out and get what you needed. Alright, well, I'm going to get off of here. I got to go get the family some supper tonight. But, yeah, please, feel free. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up with them, because right now, I'm just trying to describe things, and if you think I didn't do something just right or just to what you wanted to know, let me know. I cut all my lumber on a table saw, so unfortunately I can't run a video with a loud table saw running and you be able to hear what I'm saying, and I don't do voiceovers too well. I've been trying, but I just can't get things to line up right, I guess you could say. Either talk too much or talk too little, and you wind up with a big dead space, or you wind up with half the information. Now, I'm going to take you around and let you look in underneath the layout of what all I've done, because this is final thoughts. So, I'm only going to take you to one side though, and let me flip this thing around. I probably won't be able to flip it while it's running, am I? Well, okay. Well, the autofocus on the light worked. Alright, well, let me flip you on back around, and we'll describe some things. Now it's way too dark. Okay. These are battery operated coffee grinders. I think it's the one with the batteries in it. Yeah. They're good for cutting up the ground foam to make it smaller. So if you have heavy ground foam, that's my flush cutter, so that's not grass. So if you have heavy ground foam or thick ground foam that you need in smaller bits, they work pretty well. I've got 2 more sitting here. They're also good for grinding up some dirt into fine powder. And I'm not too sure what I'm going to do right now with them. They might be in a raffle coming up. I got them all at a yard sale, so I'm not going to, make it way too high. I'm thinking, maybe maybe I'll do a Patreon thing where anybody signs up for a month, they'll be in the entry. I don't know yet. I have not decided. But let's go on back in up underneath here. Let's see if we can get this. What happened to the light? Alright. Well, there's an internal gusset that you can see that spider web quite well. There's an internal gusset there that holds the leg straight at the top. Got 3 screws driven up in from underneath. There's 1. There's 2. There's a 3rd one in the middle. I just don't know where in the world it went. Or maybe I haven't run it up yet. Alright. And that's what keeps this layout going. The cross brace on the back extends all the way back in behind this dresser here over to the other legs and ties them both together, so they don't move too well at the bottom. And my electrical cords and everything else for everything. But that's pretty much it. Alright. Well, I will talk to you guys next week. I like the more room I got in underneath here. I could fix some of this bird's nest wiring I got. So till next week, guys, I'm gonna call this video done. And I can see a bit of the layout right now. And this is left over from cleaning wheels. I gotta get a lot of this mess cleaned up. Work creates dirt. Alright. Well, have a good one, guys, till next week. If you want any information or anything else out of me, feel free to squeeze my head. I'll be glad to answer anybody's questions or anything else through the week in the comment section. I'm trying to keep videos shorter now because I'm realizing that not a lot of them are getting watched. So I'm going to start shortening the time a little bit to see if that'll help, as I know my videos get a little long. Well, that's it for now. Have a good one.